Good day, Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel. This is your weekly reading for August 25th to the 31st. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope this reading resonates with you. Let's go ahead and check out your affirmation for the week. My future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. My future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. Universe speak, spirits guide. What needs to be known, what lessons need to be learned. Time to travel. Yeah, it's time for you to travel. Uh, get out there and start, doing stuff. Or maybe your work, you might need I'm feeling that for some of you it's work that's going to have you traveling. If not, then I would say get to traveling, do some traveling. It's going to bring you peace of mind. It's going to help you move forward in life, bring you some kind of nuance, maybe an aha moment even. But yeah, it's time to travel. And travel doesn't have to be far, right? It doesn't have to be like America to Japan. It can be you to a park you've never been to before. I always say travel somewhere you've never been, unless it's something that you have to do, like you have to go to a certain place, for work or something. But even then, maybe take a different direction to work or whatever. But definitely do some traveling this week. It's going to really, really help out with, probably a lot. Every time that I have an issue going on or I'm stuck, with something, I'll hop in my vehicle and I will pick a direction and I will go in that direction. And by the time I make it back home, yeah, I have new ideas or my mind's been cleared and I actually see, how a certain, thing can be resolved or whatever. So definitely be doing some travel this week, uh, especially when you are stuck, or in a certain kind of mood or whatever. I would say that travel is definitely up for you. But for some of you, I really do think that this is traveling with work. Beginning of the week, you need to stop. You're doing too damn much. Either you're doing too damn much for somebody, or you're doing too much at work, or you're just doing too much. You're doing too much of something. All right, and you need to cut that fat and start focusing on you. Your priorities are hurting because you haven't stop doing so much for other people, right? It's time for your priorities to come first. In all reality, I'm sure that you might, if you've watched me, you might have heard me say this quite a few times. Uh, you're number one. Okay, you need to come first above everybody, and I mean everybody. I can hear people saying different things, when I say this, and it's like, no, no, above everybody, above everything. You come first. Your priorities come first, okay? And right now, they're not coming first. You're putting people ahead of you. You're putting things ahead of you, and you need to not do that, okay? Do not do that, all right? It's time to think about number one, all right? Do that traveling. Start thinking about you and what you want out of life. Start thinking about you and where you want to be in life. Start thinking about you and your bills or whatever priorities are not being met. You need to start focusing on those. Okay, middle of the week, you got disappointment and sadness. Now, honestly, disappointment and sadness can come from you stopping doing so much for a person or, your job or whatever. You can feel bad about it, and that could be where the sadness and disappointment is coming. But again, travel would help that. Travel helps me with disappointment and sadness all the time. So again, this would be another opportunity to do more traveling, to help you out. End of the week, you got the three of diamonds. You need to maintain your business. You need to maintain your business and not get squirrel syndrome, right? Don't get distracted by shiny objects. And shiny objects could be whatever you're doing here, you know, whoever you're putting in front of you or whatever you're putting in front of you. That could be a distraction from your business. Now, your business can be anything. It can be an actual business, or it could be your business is taking care of the house, you know. you take care of the kids and clean and take care of the bills and all that shit. That could be your business. And right now you need to maintain it, but also more importantly, I think you need to appreciate it, appreciate the rewards that you've been blessed with. You might say, some people might say, well, if my business is housework, why would I be, appreciative of that? Because maybe you're good with kids, maybe you're better with kids than your spouse. Maybe you do the bills better. Maybe you do the house cleaning better. You might just be better at what you do than your spouse or whoever you're with or whatever. But if it's a business, just appreciate every reward that comes from that, right? If it's a real business, you got to manage the money, you got to get the products or make the products or whatever it is that you do. Appreciate everything, right? If you're a writer, and you finish a chapter to your novel, appreciate that. Appreciate that you can write a chapter to a book. Not everybody can do that. And by appreciating that, that's going to bring on more stuff, like more uh, opportunities and whatnot to your business, right? Just by appreciating it, right, and taking care of that business, something new could come out of it. Something better, maybe to make work easier or whatever, or maybe to make more money, whatever it may be. By being appreciative of it and not getting uh, squirrel syndrome and maintaining it, that's going to bring in new stuff for you, right? That's going to bring you a new direction in life, which, like right here, bottom of the deck, you got the 10 of diamonds. You can make it rain. You can be financially successful this week. And I mean, with the seven of hearts here being number one and maintaining a business. And like I said, when I travel, when I do driving, you don't got to do a lot. Well, it doesn't have to be driving either. It could be in a plane, on your feet, riding a bike, whatever. Um, I get a lot of different ideas. I get a lot of different things to look at, all that good shit. I get a lot of peace of mind and whatnot from traveling. And I say, that's just going to happen if you travel. You're going to see that you need to start focusing on you. That if you did start focusing on you, you could make, you could be financially successful if you maintain that business. Now, you had to leave your comfort zone, right? You had to get out of your comfort zone in order to make it rain. And that, like I said, I think it's the seven of hearts is your comfort zone. You're comfortable doing so much for everybody else. You're comfortable, uh, you know, doing more for work or whatever. And you need to stop doing that. You need to get out of that comfort. It's most likely become toxic. That's a lot of times when this card comes up, I realize that whatever it is, their comfort zone has become toxic in some sort of way. And a lot of times we won't see our comfort becoming toxic because it's our comfort zone, right? Why would we see that as toxic? But it can be, and I would say that that's what's happening here. Your comfort zone, whatever it may be, is becoming toxic. And you need to start focusing on you, focus on number one. Can't say it enough, right? And travel, 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 whatever it is, go for a walk, whatever. And I would definitely say newer places, places you've never been, places you've never seen, different directions to work, all that good shit. Just get out of your comfort zone, start doing things differently. Maintain whatever business it is that you have, whether it be a real business or, like I said, taking care of the household. Uh, yeah, so let's see what the writer cards had to say. Yep, you're the magician. You're the magician. Okay, you can make it rain. You can focus on number one. You can do the traveling. You can maintain the business. You have everything on the table that you need to be successful. You just have to use it, and by using it, it's like stopping doing so much, and focusing on your business and being appreciative of what it is that you do in that business. It's all on the table. Going traveling and whatnot. Just you need to do it. You need to put it into action, and when you do that, you're going to create something awesome. Okay, something that's going to be financially abundant. So definitely focus on number one, and yeah, maintain that business and do some traveling. Or I feel like some of you traveling is part of the business. So maybe there's more that you need to do with your business. Maybe you need to expand. I am feeling expansion. And you have everything that you need. You have everything that you need in order to expand that. And this card just dropped out of the Poe deck. It's the Magician again. Yes, you have everything that you need. And I think that that you have everything that you need. Okay? Uh, but maybe you're just not. Uh, Grabbing onto it, and you need to grab onto it because you're in that comfort. You don't want to leave that comfort, but you have to leave that comfort in order for your life to move forward, in order for you to better your life, make your life bigger. That's not pitching. I'm pitching bigger. Like, can't explain it. I'm just pitching like a bigger world. If you would move out of your comfort zone and stop doing so much for everybody else and start doing for you, you know. And the bottom of the two decks, I wasn't going to show this, but you did get the death card, okay? Which I think it's the death of your comfort. I think that you're leaving your comfort, and that part's going to die off. You're going to let that die off, or you should. Now, death can sometimes mean person passing away, but most of the time it does not mean that. It means the death of a relationship, the death of an idea, the death of a job, the death of your old comfort to get new comfort. Something that you're going to be even more comfortable with because you left your old comfort. And then the bottom of the Poe cards, you got the Tower. Uh, like the Death card, a lot of people think that the Tower is a bad card, but it's not a bad card. It's not a bad card at all. Uh, the Tower and the original Tower, there's lightning that strikes the tower, and two people are falling out the windows. Well, those two people have been in this tower lying to themselves about the situation that they're in at this point in time, and it's coming to an end. There's going to be a moment where it ends, and I feel like you're doing too much for somebody. I feel like you've been doing too much for somebody else, possibly multiple people. And I just feel like it needs to come to an end. It's toxic. It's toxic. Whatever your comfort is has become toxic, and it's time for you to move on past that. So there you go. I hope this resonates and I hope it helps. If it does, hit that like button. And if you would, please comment, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you back here next week. And until then, stay safe, stay mindful, stay healthy.